Okay, well, welcome everybody to the first video of this channel. Um, Playing oxygen not included. Um, I play this game a few times, as you can probably see by the resume game. That one I just recently played today and didn't make it very far, but I figured I at least try to stream, or not stream it. I do want to stream games, but right now I'm just going to make videos. Because I haven't gotten a camera and proper mic. As you guys can probably hear, this is a Turtle Beach headset for like a Nintendo Switch and stuff. It has a USB thing to go into the thing, but I'm using Bluetooth to do this. So hopefully all the audio levels are okay, things like that. So let's get into this challenging game, shall we? Let's start a new game. Let's play survival, and we'll do spaced out. Start game. So this game has come out over the years and updates have been done, things like that. I'm sure this is not the first video that you guys might have watched of this, but you do watch these videos just because people fail and you want to see how they fail, how they progress. Um, I tend not to care about the stress reactions of these guys. Like this one's an ugly crier, so when it gets max stress, it'll start crying. It could lead to them not lasting very long, things like that. So you got to manage stress and food, water, oxygen, gases, things like that, as you may see eventually as we go into the game. So let's embark and start the game. Here's the alert about asteroid we call home has collided with a anomalous planet. So let's begin. So I tend to raise the speed so then they can go faster. And right here, as you can see, the black is carbon monoxide. So that's something we need to be weary of. But in the beginning of the game, you need to get to a water source. So then you can um, create bathrooms and things like that for the duplicates. I built that too close to the ladder. Because if I break these, it'll go down past the ladder. So I want to put it here. And then build the platform to it. And then, let's see. I like going 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That gives you enough space to put like the showers and stuff that you get later on in the game. But right now we're just building to get further along to try and get them to be a successful colony. Now, you also got to manage germs in this game, as you might, if you play it before, may not know this game. There's germs, as all this says. It says manage colony management, basic controls, fetching water, plumbing, ventilation. So, at the beginning of the game, yes, there's no oxygen stuff. You got this creating oxygen, but that doesn't last long. You gotta catch up with that. I like looking at my metals, algae, sand, dirt, so the things that they're going to use on a regular basis is what I look at. Sometimes I'll have water up there, things like that, because you can actually see it in real time as they use it. Let me dig this out. So this game is basically just a survival game that you're trying to build a colony through here. So collect the metal, um, build a colony, things like that, and try to grow it and see how much you can control in the growth without losing too much resources. So you have the food, that's how much calories you have. If you click here, tells you how many calories they're burning and stuff. So you have to keep this up of well over like 5,000 on 3. And the more you have, the higher you got to keep that up. Yeah, here's the germs and diseases. Oxygen generation, so we'll focus on that right now. We go ahead and get a power source going. Right now it's just the basics of everything. So as you progress in the game, your progression of, let's see, stations research. Here we go. Yes, I know I'm mumbling and rambling, things like that. I'm trying to explain the game. So you research things to get further along, so you can research better plumbing, so you can have pumps pump this up to all this and things like that. So just in a general stasis, the colony survival. If the end of the world happened, this would probably be what it would be. Up in space, trying to survive on an asteroid with what resources we could find and create. So it's a kind of like Stargate or Star Trek, and they crash land on a planet type of thing. I know I don't want to get all the fanfics all upset, but think about it. End of the world happens. We have to go to space and things like that. Wouldn't you have to do this? Maybe hope that we don't have to do this. So I got to connect wires between all these now. So let's go ahead and do that. And okay, so if you build on tiles, you can run the wires through the tiles. That way you can't see it very easily, even though yes, you can still see it. If you don't build the tiles and you're building here, you can't build the wires through here because they'll dig it out, and then everything's floating, and it won't work when it's floating at all. Kind of logical, right? So, okay, I need oxygen generation. So we got an oxygen pump that uses algae. Connect that with power. Need to connect this with power. Yeah, hopefully you guys like this first game. I will try to make this as long as I can, see how long it'll last, things like that. As you progress through this per cycle, which is the days of the game, you're going to find it gets harder. Unless you keep your colony small, but even then it will get harder. So you have to create food. They tend to not do what you want. Like at all. So if you want them to do something, you need to kind of watch them. And if they're not doing it, you have to raise the priority level and stuff. So, as I said in my intro video that maybe some of you guys didn't see, or because it was too short, things like that. I know people like long videos of stuff like that. This channel is going to be more based on gaming and just car stuff as I feel. Right now I felt like doing a gaming video, and I will be working on a webcam, better audio, things like that over time. So then I can interact with the audience and things like that a little better, especially when I start streaming on Twitch and things like that. Maybe I can figure out how to get YouTube to work, you know. So, in a sense of this game, I played in beta. So, it was a whole different game back then. Like, you didn't have as much stuff. It was more challenging, things like that. I'm gonna try to build more areas here. Um, so it was in beta. It was more challenging. You had different things. They've added a lot to this game over the years, and the spaced out thing that they came out with. So you can do rockets, different asteroids, um, different things, and then they did the freeze. And so now you got to worry about temperatures even more, and you can actually combat them a little bit easier too. Okay, so from this lineup in early game, I could choose to have another colonist, or I can get a hatchling. So I feel like getting a hatchling because I can start building my coal. I can build my coal up because if you feed a hatchling, they give you coal as a, well, not a hatchling, a hatch, this guy, hatch. Um, as you can see, okay, jeez. Let's see here. So if you give them food, like that food per cycle, I've never put my mouse over it. Ah, jeez. Okay, so their excretion is coal, right? So they will eat these, right, and give you coal. That is one source of power that you need to generate in order to um, keep the colony going. As you can see here, I got water now. So I want to put that on my list of things to look for. Because you'll actually get away from seeing the water, so that can tell you how much you have. So it says 9.6 tons, and this goes in the kilogram stuff. I don't know the exact ratio between it. I am American, and not that old of American, so I don't know the full SAE and metric system stuff. So this is done in kilograms. All I know is to keep them alive, you need to not go below a certain amount of kilograms in certain supplies. So, yes, this is a very technical game and stuff, but it works the brain. Now, if I was doing this in a live stream, I'd try to be chatting with people while I'm doing it. That way I can try to get a better conversation going. And basically right now I'm just rambling to tell you how this game works and this channel. Oh, that's not where I meant to place that. That was funny. So this game in general, just good old lazy game, a little bit more of a head processing type of game. So then you can just relax and try and enjoy like slow movements, right? So right now I'm just getting them to expand the area. I should technically be trying to research more. So as you can tell here, it's a lot of research tree. You can do it by this. The way I do it is food, which gives you another thing for oxygen, a lesser way of power. And then I'll do power, and then I'll go down to here. So this is the next research level that you need to do, which is the 2 here. So this gives you that next research. And then you can go further in. And I'll do plumbing, which gets further along. As I do that, then I want to try to get oxygen changing around. And I've tried different ways, you know. And each way I get a little further or I lose it faster. Basically, this is just what happens. Yes, I know I'm saying a lot. It would probably drive people nuts. So, I want to try to get some comments of what type of games would be um, better known. I want to work on trying to get my console games going. I got to get a thing for my computer to connect the consoles to it, like capture them. So like an Elgato card, things like that. I may start working with other people that I know, try to get them into it, things like that. Maybe I'll get my girlfriend to play the couples games with me. Like we played um, We Are Here series together. Kind of enjoyed it. So maybe I can get her into playing the other games with me, and maybe we can make a series with it and see if she wants to start doing it herself as well. But this is going to be dedicated to me only and work up to it. So basically, we'll see what happens. My gaming computer is no high-end computer. Built it 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, maybe more. I forget the specs in it. I think I'm running like an i5 or an i7 in it from 2019, maybe 2020. I think 2019 actually. I think I had to upgrade due to a hard drive failure in one of my other computers, so I changed over to SSDs and stuff. I still use a hard drive for games because it's the biggest storage I can get. I have maybe 2 terabytes worth of games on my computer, and I don't play all of them quite yet. Still working on it. Maybe I will eventually play them all. But I also want to get back into some of my classic games like Need for Speed, Underground. Um, Maybe I'll play some Carbon on here. For the car guys, we can start playing some of those. Um, I have American Truck Simulator rig that I can start doing. We'll run through a whole story on that. Especially when I get the camera setup going, we can, you can see what I'm doing in the sense of how I'm driving, things like that. I have a wheel, button setup, shifter. So, this is just me chatting while I'm playing a game. Clearly. So, other games I want to try to do is maybe some Switch games like Mario Party, maybe some Xbox games like Black Ops, Halo. Try to do like a full game run through on here. Maybe long videos of me playing long games until I beat it or something. And then when I'm in the shop and I feel like I need to make a tutorial video, pull out my phone, start making a tutorial, and just showing you guys what's up. And if it's on a slow day like it was when I first made that intro video, I was in the shop by myself, so I knew I could record the video, not disturb the guys, things like that. So if it's on a slow day, maybe I'll make a vlog of what's going on at the time. and maybe talk about some different industry leading things. So, and maybe I can get into, once I get my rig set up a little better, maybe get into some drifting videos of things like that. And I hate to be controversial, but when it comes to video games, all-wheel drift is the way to go, because it takes less effort to keep the car sideways than it does a rear-wheel drive, especially if some of you guys play Forza, right? You know what I'm talking about. If you tried drifting a rear-wheel drive car in that game with a controller, it is difficult, right? So, to drift a car in Forza, all-wheel drive is the way to go. That's why the Unicorn in Forza Horizon 5, I believe it's 5. I could be wrong, it could be 3. It's been a while since I played Forza, and I don't know where I have it. And I haven't kept up with the numbers. I'm just trying to remember the fact that I have the Unicorn on there. And everybody misses Ken Block. Hopefully he's in a better place. But his cars were one of a kind monsters. They were monsters. So, in Forza, drifting an all-wheel drive car, it was the only way to go for me. And I could clutch kick those things with the controller and just start going. So, Forza games, all-wheel drive cars are one of the best to run around. Okay, back to auction not included. I know I went on a tangent with the car stuff and everything. I just wanted to talk about what I want to do. But back to auction not included. As you can see, I don't have them doing much right now because I was talking. And that's the one joy about this game, is you can just let it go for a little bit, but you gotta be careful about that. Because they will just not do anything, especially if you got a lot going on. It will really start affecting things. So you gotta be real careful about what you're doing. What the? Oh, cool slush. And it creates polluted water? Yep, polluted water. So polluted water is something that you can filter. These create polluted water. So these use water and algae instead of this using power and algae. This eats the algae. This gives you polluted water, so you get the water back after a while. So you can filter that water to make it reusable, but they eat it. You can barely reuse the water unless you get the toilets to be circulatable. Here's what I meant by the pumps, where you can pump out the water and stuff. Damn, I missed one. So, what's best in early game is trying to plan where you want your power, your water, filtration stuff. I tend to go near the bottom, because sometimes you don't want to go through all this, even though eventually you do. But you keep everything close, like close. And if you're running low on food because your food generation isn't working, which I just didn't make food. So this is the food musher. Need to connect that to power, let them build it, and set it to what needs to be done. And I'm not sure about this first video being a full run through of the game. It could take me hours to play this game. Maybe I'll run it in parts and I'll close the game in between those parts. That way I get some fresh ideas to talk about, or I get somebody to run conversation with me while I'm doing this to interact with you guys better. Yes, I'm starting out. I don't know if my community's like, if they even enjoy this. So, bear with me. And maybe at some point I'll get the streaming going and we can have a bit more conversation while I'm doing this one. But in the car ones, I may just focus on driving, things like that. I am trying to learn how to do this between all the other YouTubers like Mark and Jack and stuff. Um, I know Mark's played this game long ago. That's actually how I got into it. So I'm trying to take inspiration from other content creators, right? To figure out things. And I figured streaming would be the better way to interact with the community, started asking questions, reading comments, things like that. So, any questions you want me to read off in a video, as long as it's family appropriate, I will not read any slang word comments out loud on video. I will read them. I will probably reply to them in the comment section, depending on what it is. Don't come out here cursing at me and expecting a better reply. You can do what you want, be who you are, but I will say this. You gotta be nice around kids. That's just what it is. You gotta be nice around kids. Because they rebound what you say. I know people. It's your choice of what you feel. I'm nice around kids, even though I don't have any. Um, because I don't want to be the one to make them upset or mold them into something that they shouldn't be. So everybody's actions on a kid reflects who they could be, right? Parenting is the biggest molder to them, but it's also others around them. Pick up behavioral things and other stuff. My family member as kids, they come around. I'm different around them. I don't want to be the jerk around them or anything. I act different. So then I'm not the one molding them. Because I'd rather not raise a kid to be a jerk. They will do what they want to do in the future, but I don't want to be the one responsible for it. So, and with that regard, this will just be a short video of me introing this game, talking, and maybe I'll put up a few more games in the next couple days or a few weeks. We'll see. I'm going to try to figure out what I'm doing. I play Satisfactory. If you guys want to see that, let me know. I also play console games, but as I said, I need to get that figured out. I may start playing the Need for Speed Unlimited on here because there's a way to do so. But let me know what you guys think of what should be played next. Maybe give me some suggestions. I will try. I'll try any game as long as I think it is worthy of my time or something I'm interested in. So, in all regards, hopefully you guys have a nice day. And please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on your next possible moment. And let me know what you guys think of any games you want me to play. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.